Everybody, welcome back to Steel City Live here, only on Mic Drop Sports. I'm Jason, your host. I appreciate you all for stopping through. What's up, TD? What's up, everybody in the chat? How are we all doing? Make sure we hit that like button. Let me get us on a little do not disturb. Got to make sure we do that. I should have did it before the show. I always forget to. That's one thing that I always forget to do. But again, guys, thank you so much for stopping through here on Steel City Live. I appreciate it as always. Miss Pittsburgh, what's up? Hey, how are you guys? I appreciate you guys again on a Friday coming through. We're going to talk a little Steelers football as we always do here on the channel. So exciting, man. As we continue to watch this team transition into what I think is a real difference inside of this Pittsburgh Steelers building on the south side. What I think a difference in these offensive coordinators really is. The Matt Canada era, thankfully, is over. Now comes the Arthur Smith era, and we can see exactly what is really changing with this team and how things are starting to transpire within that offense. And you're starting to see the physicality, the up-tempo physicality. You're starting to see the up-tempo in accountability, just things really changing. So I do want to dive into that big difference and what I'm seeing there and why I'm so excited for that change. Also, Peyton Wilson, guys, you know how I feel about him. He's really striving to get some of that playing time, and he's really working hard here during OTA. So I'm really excited for that transition for him into the NFL. Also, is there a real battle at the quarterback position? Is it something that the Pittsburgh Steelers really even should be entertaining right now? Or should they allow Justin Fields to just learn, catch his breath, man, and allow him to get his feet underneath of him in a stable organization? And we don't even know yet if Justin Fields is involved in the Pittsburgh Steelers' long-term plans, nor do we know if Russell Wilson is involved in the Pittsburgh Steelers' long-term plans. And you look at how Omar Khan has constructed this quarterback room. The Steelers are just going to have options, and they're going to be in the catbird seat and have a luxury that most teams don't get to have, and that is to watch two quarterbacks that have potential battle it out and allow them to just grow and see how this all unfolds and see who takes the reins. And then you can pick somebody you want to pay. That's just a rare thing in the NFL, if you ask me, to be able to sit and watch and allow people to grow into your team and see exactly what they're going to be able to do before you ever spend a real dollar in quarterback money anyway. Yes, they're spending a hefty amount of money that's big money to all of us, no doubt about it. But in NFL speak, contract speak, quarterbacks specifically, the Pittsburgh Steelers are paying nothing for that quarterback room, and it's allowing them to grow this roster tremendously. And another factor that I have in that is this franchise, is the Pittsburgh Steelers as a whole really putting everything they have behind Russell Wilson and going all in with this football team and the veteran leadership of a Russell Wilson at the quarterback position. So a lot to talk about there. There were some other things too. Also, I wanted to talk about is Dante Jackson going to emerge as the leader in this cornerback room, or is it going to be Joey Porter Jr. as the real leader, or is he just a little bit too young yet? And is Dante right now taking the reins as that true leader? So a lot to go over in my eyes that I wanted to touch base on. But as always, we will let the chat be our guide and allow this thing to just organically go. So again, guys, thank you so much for coming through. What's up, George? How are you? No doubt, man. Wave those terrible towel, guys. I appreciate it. Steelers for Life 138. What's up? Yeah, JPJ, I think, needs to be the leader. Steelers for Life. That's what I think, because I think you have him here. The guy that basically, number one pick, guys, it would have been any other year at 32. You had a guy that has tremendous upside and is really taking a big leap from what he did in year one, in my opinion, in terms of looking at his body size, looking at the way he's in shape, and just looking at the way he handles himself, just in the way he's strutting around that building, and the way he really has a lot of confidence in himself. So I think he needs to be. And I'm not opposed to a Dante Jackson becoming the leader in that room because he is a veteran, and that's cool. However it happens organically, that's cool with me. But I'd love to see Joey Porter Jr. really step up into that role and just take on that image of the leader. And, fingers crossed, he is just a Pittsburgh Steeler for a very, very long time, which I think he will be, a couple contract type guy, and be like his father was for the Pittsburgh Steelers, a real just pillar of the franchise, a real big part of the franchise as a whole, and to a big part to the Steelers fan base. So fingers crossed. We'll see how that goes for Joey Porter Jr. Hold on, I got to get rid of this little thing over here. Okay. Cam, hey, it's Camden Ricker, but I changed my name. Hey, what's up, man? How are you, Cam? Steelers for life. He had a great rookie season, so this will be a big leap year for him. I think so. I really look for year 2 to be a big year for several rookies. Well, a couple rookies anyway, at least 3 that I'm looking at that I feel like are really going to take a monster leap. And I felt like they really fit in well last year, so why wouldn't it? It would just be natural for them to come through and really step up in year 2. Andrew, who do you think will be wide receiver 3, assuming GP and Wilson are the top 2 dogs? Assuming that, Andrew, and taking into account a lot of other factors here that could, sway this answer that I'll give you. But right now, as it sits, I don't think Roman Wilson would be a 2. I don't think that's going to happen. But if you say that, that's the top 2 that in your eyes right now, Calvin Austin would be that next natural answer for me, just with what they have in that room right now. And the way Coach Azzani and the coaching staff as a whole, Arthur Smith, the quarterbacks, the people around him are really talking about how hard he's working, and you can't really you can't root against Calvin Austin III. He's such a likable dude, such a likable guy. And let's all hope that he truly succeeds and really gets those reps that are going to be needed in order to showcase his talents and his ability. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, guys, and I didn't write it down, and I about wrote it down right there, but I'll just talk about it now real quick, and we can dive into it later. I'll jot a little note down, is that XFL kickoff rule and how this is going to change, guys. And I think it's really going to change the kicking position as a whole. I think you could see actually another whole position kind of created out of this, to where teams would need 3 kickers. Because if you really think about it, and I saw this on the Pat McAfee show, I really very seldom watch that anymore. I used to be a monster follower of that show. I used to watch it constantly, but I just don't have the time to. I still really like it. I don't like it as much now that it's with ESPN. But here's my thing there. I think Pat really had a great thought there, and that is that you're going to need a kicker that is going to make some tackles. And this came out of the Kansas City Chiefs special teams coordinator. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but this is part of his interview. And Pat dove into it real deep with A.J. Hawk, and they were talking about how you were going to need a guy that can make tackles. And you look at the percentage, at least 25% of all kickoffs in this format, this XFL format, require the kicker to make a play and make a tackle. So you're going to really not want to injure your field goal kicker, a guy that you're going to rely on to win games in the NFL. So you're going to probably have to find somebody else that can kick and kick well still, because you're going to need to be able to position the football correctly. There's so many rules involved with this this new kickoff format, that things are going to be big time different, man. Or really different. Sorry for that, but yeah, it's going to be really different, and I do want to talk about that and see how you guys all think about what is going to happen there. Steelers for Life says, I say Quez Watkins. I'm not sure if Quez Watkins makes this football team, guys, and I've said that before. I just don't know if he has that dog in him to where he is going to really be able to fix one of his fatal flaws, and that's not being aggressive enough toward the football, not really going after that football in tight moments, in big time moments, dropping the football. I think it's going to be an uphill challenge for him. Right now, as this wide receiver room sits, I think he will make the roster and be part of it. However, if the Pittsburgh Steelers go out here and they make a move, which could happen anytime after tomorrow, moving toward training camp, I look for a guy like Quez Watkins to possibly be an odd man out, because he's really going to have to show some stuff here, guys. You don't drop balls in big moments like he has. You don't have that non-aggressive nature toward the football in big moments like he has had in the past, and make a football team. You just don't. Not at the NFL level. Yeah, I think he has potential. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking him, man. I'm not knocking him at all, Steelers for Life. And I think he has really built up his body over the offseason physically. So, hopefully he's taking that leap. But we'll see. I'm just not 1,000% sold on Quez just yet. Cam, I'm pretty good. Thank you, man. I'm doing well also, man. I'm glad you're doing well. Andrew, so you think Austin would be ahead of Wilson to start? Interesting. I do, because of this, Andrew, because Wilson is young, and to be instantly just super successful as a third-round pick and just be a monster contributor, it's a difficult challenge. So I don't expect him to just come out and be like a starter week one, He's going to have to find his footing and find his NFL body and find the way that he can succeed in the NFL. And it's not an easy task, guys. It's far different than what you do at the college level. I have high hopes for Roman Wilson, and I think he will eventually be that guy. But right now, Roman Wilson is going to be a 3 or 4, and that is just to get this season started. It's not like I'm saying he's never going to be like that, and I think that that's the type of world we live in right now, is like an instant gratification type world, and I understand that, but we got to be patient with some of these guys at some of these positions and allow them to work in. I don't like the Mike Tomlin attitude of sitting rookies and making them watch and not getting them in the game. I'd like to see him incorporated and getting going, but I would like to see it happen organically and allow it to flow and allow him to develop, is what I'm kind of looking at. Should be, because Wilson is unproven rookie. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My pushback would be at the Steelers haven't been afraid to start a rookie at wide receivers right away. No, they haven't, and I get that, but we got to just right now, as where we sit here, May 31st, just give him the benefit of the doubt in terms of maybe he'll need to grow. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that he won't be, but I'm just saying we need to just not put, the whole franchise on his back. Just allow it to grow and allow it to come up organically, like I said, and allow things to just develop and gel together, guys, especially in that wide receiver room. I think it's something that's very, very important. Steelers for Life. Wilson should be a wide receiver 3 or 4. I think Quez will be a wide receiver 3. Agree to disagree. Yeah, that's what this show's all about, guys. And Andrew, I appreciate your comments. I appreciate Steelers for Life. Everybody. That's what show is exactly about, is talking like this and going back and forth. And that's why it's so fun to do it, Van Jefferson is an intriguing guy. He was good with the Rams for a bit, but he's fallen off the last couple years. Yeah, Andrew, I think Van Jefferson may be able to get back to that 2021, 2022 time frame, to where he was really good with the Rams, like you had pointed out there. He had I think 800, close to 1,000 yards, something like that, several touchdowns. But you saw him get some injuries, saw him go with 2 teams. He was in Atlanta. Now he finds himself in Pittsburgh. So, yeah. we'll see how that goes. But I think Van Jefferson definitely has some potential to be a 4 or 5 depth piece, or 4 or 5 on this football team in the wide receiver depth chart ranks. George says it may be challenging to kick in those windy and gusty games. Yeah, I think it is going to be challenging too. And the guys, you're going to have that pinpoint accuracy in this new format, no doubt about it, because you're going to want to place the ball in certain areas. You're not going to always want a kick or a touchback. Yeah, you could put your guy in there like Boz, we'll say, for instance. And yeah, he's going to get you a touchback 9 times out of 10 or 19 times out of 20. He'll get you a touchback. But that one time, you don't want him out there maybe making that tackle and risking injury. So that's where I was looking at. We'll touch on that. I really think that that's an intriguing conversation to have. Same with Allen Robinson. Yeah, he was a failed experiment, though. Hey, sometimes things don't work out. Andrew, the problem with the wide receiver room is all these guys are kind of the same. It'll be a camp battle for sure. Yeah, Andrew, you bring up a really good point there, and I've been saying that often, and that is I feel that there is a lot of similarities in their skill set when you're looking at like the bottom 3, 4 type guys on this roster currently, where you would like kind of position them on the depth chart. Yeah, there is a lot of similarities, and that does worry me because you want guys of varying skill sets, so we'll see. We'll see what happens, but it's definitely very intriguing. All right, guys, we're about 16 minutes into the show. Let's make sure we're hitting the shit out of that like button here for the daily live stream called Steel City Live, only on Mic Drop Sports. I'm Jason. Don't forget to get yourself that Mic Drop Mafia membership for 99 cents a month to be entered into our giveaways. The next giveaway is June 14th, live on the show. You can win cash, prizes, things like that. But we do have our giveaways once a month, and it's only 99 cents to get involved into that. Also, you get emojis and loyalty badges. So make sure you're doing that. Also, too, guys, make sure you're subscribed if you're not, and sharing it to all your friends. And we are cruising toward that 5,000 subscriber mark. So let's keep going there, man. I want to keep harping on it so we can get there and change up some of our formats with our live shows and things like that. Jeremiah Yoder, loving the show, always bringing the absolute best of our Pittsburgh Steelers. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, Jeremiah. Thank you. What's up, D? D in the house. What's up, Justin Menike? I'm doing well, man. I hope your day's doing good, too, man. Had a great day so far. What's up, Strolls? How are you? Good to see you, too, man. Danny George, what's up? Justin Menike with some emojis, man. I love it. Strolls, everyone drop a like. Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Andrew, appreciate you touching on all my comments. Cheers. Thank you, man. Hey, anytime, guys, that's what we do here. We try to touch on everybody's comments because you guys should be involved in this conversation. You guys are the reason the Steelers are the Steelers. It's because of the fans. So I feel like you guys deserve that appreciation and deserve that respect. So I try to answer everybody's comments as best I can. Let's keep going here. Steelers for life. I agree. We definitely need a guy who can catch and run and reach the end zone. Absolutely. We in here, Najee looks like a beast. Yeah, he's looking pretty good. That short today, I really liked it. I copied it from somebody else, man. It was really cool. I saw it on Twitter, so I thought it was interesting. Hey, I don't effing care, man. I don't even effing like Georgia. I just thought it was really fun. And it was good razzing of the rookie. Edwards from Georgia. It wasn't like being mean-hearted or anything. You could tell that they're tight enough to be able to do that, and that's something to respect. So props to Najee Harris for bringing that heat today. Derek Statler, what's up? How are you? June 14th is the Army's birthday. Well, happy birthday to the United States Army, man. Props to all our military veterans. We love you guys, and thank you for protecting us and allowing us to do the things that we do here every day. So thank you very much to all our military veterans, and happy birthday to the United States Army on June 14th. Let's go, people. Best show in town. That's from Miss Pittsburgh. Thank you. Hit those terrible towels and hit that like button for us here on Steel City Live. We're diving into Steelers talk. Let's touch on, though, that kickoff stuff, guys. That's really what I was really thinking about here. You are going to have to maybe possibly, guys, have another position at kicker created here. I really, truly believe that. I think that that's what it's coming down to here. If you look at it, why would you want to risk your field goal kicker getting injured if over 25% of the kickoffs during the XFL's experiment with this formation and format, why would you want to risk or jeopardize your key kicker that could really win you a football game? Why would you want to risk them out there making a tackle? I don't see why you could, or why you would want to, first of all, or why you would risk it. I just don't think that it makes sense. So I think the only natural way for this to go is if the NFL keeps this format and continues this for many years. I think the natural progression would be to create another kicker position to where you have a more beefier guy out there at kicker that still has the skill set in the kicking game that you're looking for, able to place the ball in the proper places, but is able to make a tackle nonetheless. You've seen kickers get injured before trying to make a tackle, and they're not usually the beefiest of guys. So yeah, I think that would be just natural, and I'm really excited for this format for one reason. I think this is going to be an explosive play because if it was explosive at the XFL level, imagine what real 1% world class athletes could do playing this game, playing that format. I think it's going to be an explosive play. I think there's going to be a lot of scoring. I really, really do. I think there's going to be some really special game-changing moments where people, mess up and put the ball in play instead of maybe when you're trying to ice a game, getting it out of bounds, doing some stupid things to where, one of these breaks for a big score, late in the game. I think there's potential there for this to really change games. All right, needed a drink. Derek Statler, I hope we decide to extend Najee Harris. It's a possibility, and I know a lot of people are still just beating it up, going, well, hey, sorry, we didn't pick up that 5th-year option, it's over. It's not. It's not over just yet. Just be patient, guys. I keep saying that. I just want Steelers Nation to just be patient a little bit and continue to allow Omar Khan this time to just continually build this team, because I think that's what's made Omar Khan special. Patience, not pulling the trigger too fast. You heard all the trade talks for Justin Fields so far before he got moved, and the asking price was ridiculous. But Omar Khan continued to be patient, continued to watch the market, continued to allow things to flow. And what happened? He got him for draft pick considerations in 2024. Come on. Or 2025. Not 2024. Yeah, a whole another year ahead. Considerations, a 4th or 6th. Come on. That is fantastic work. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, be patient. Allow Omar to cook here, man. Allow him to work, because I think he could still shore up Najee. I think Najee could still be a Steeler in 2025. I think that both sides could come to some sort of agreement. I think Najee likes being a Steeler. I think the Steelers enjoy having Najee. So I think that the feelings are there for both sides. So, yeah, let's just be patient and see what happens. Jonathan Stevens, do you think they will use Fields on the return, or do you think that's just talk? That out of Justin Fields' mouth himself, that won't never happen. They're not going to do anything like that. I think it was just something crazy. When Jalen said something like that, I think it was just more joking around than anything and blown out of proportion. Today's media that we live in today, the minute something's said, it's out there and it is spreading. So I think that's just lip service. You'll see a package for Justin Fields. Absolutely. I do see him getting some playing time, but yeah, not at the return position. Derek, I think it's just talks, personality. Yeah, me too. Or personally, yeah. Andrew, the C Pat signing is really interesting for the kickoff. Yeah, Cordell Patterson, I think, is an interesting move there for the kickoff position or kickoff return game. I also think Calvin Austin could play a significant role in this game. Even think a guy like a Jalen Warren, a guy like that, could be interesting inside of this kickoff return game. So, yes, I think there are very interesting players inside of this Pittsburgh Steelers roster right now that could provide a special burst in those moments. And the Steelers were quick to move onto a real natural return guy that has had a lot of returns under his belt, and Patterson. So, yeah, they were quick to move on that here in the offseason, and I applaud them for doing that and really preparing themselves for this rule change. Yeah. Yep, they did. Soon as they had the vision for him. Yeah, and the Steelers were instrumental in changing this rule. Actually, they were part of the process in a big way. Andrew, John Ryan, what's going on here? Talking football, my friend. Roberta Campbell, what's up? I definitely feel that Rooney's hit it out of the park with Omar. I think that Omar was definitely a solid hire, no doubt about it. And they had lots of years to watch Omar grow. Omar grew in that organization, and they really trusted him throughout the years. A real smart guy when it comes to the cap, a real smart guy. In terms of just being a real leader. So we'll see. But I think he's the general manager of the Steelers for a very long time. John Ryan, forget the Steelers. The Texans are the real deal. Now, the Texans are going to be good because C.J. Stroud's good. So we'll see about that. But the Steelers are a franchise that has put it together, man. 6-time Super Bowl champion, heading for a 7th, maybe 8th. You never know. But the Pittsburgh Steelers are a definite franchise that is solid, man, and one of the premier. But the Texans are a definite up-and-coming team because C.J. Stroud is the real deal. He is, John. He is really good. B-Lock, thoughts on Najee trade rumors? I'd personally stop watching the Steelers. I wouldn't stop watching the Steelers if they traded Najee Harris. We got to remind ourselves of his numbers. We'll remind ourselves of that. But I would like to see him keep him. I don't think they do trade him, though, B. I don't think they do. I think they have plans for Najee, and I think that they will try to figure out something here in terms of money. But we'll see how that goes. I don't think that the trade will happen. I think the rumors are the rumors. Now, if there's any player on this roster, guys, and I want us all to really understand this, there is no player on this roster, maybe with the exception of like a TJ Watt, that's probably immune to a trade. If you get an offer that you can't refuse, that really is just a foolish deal on the, from the team that's offering it to you, and you most of the time you take something like that. You know what I mean? That's just the business side of it. If somebody's going to make a foolish move and give you a king's ransom for a player, sometimes you got to make the move, man. You know what I mean? Because it's going to make your team way better because, hey, draft capital, other players. It could be special. It could definitely be special, and I don't think anybody's immune to it except for like a franchise quarterback, a franchise type player like a TJ Watt, somebody like that. There's probably more, but just those types of players. Wave those terrible towels. John Ryan agreed the Steelers have always been great. Yeah, they've been pretty good over the years, man. They've been definitely a solid group, solid franchise. So I do applaud them in that way. Even when their backs against the wall, they tend to continually, put a good product out there, at least a decent product. Maybe, necessarily not a playoff winning ball club, but at least they're where you're not going 2 wins and 5 wins and bullshit like that. So I do applaud them in that way. Let's go Steelers, no doubt. That's why I hate them. Yeah, most people do that aren't fans of the Steelers because they are consistent. So yeah. But it makes for fun football, and it makes for fun matchups throughout the season because, like I had said yesterday on the show, guys, every week the Steelers get the best shot from other teams because a lot of these teams, it's like their Super Bowl because you want to beat one of the cornerstone franchises of the NFL. One of the teams that, really helped make the NFL what it is today, in the Pittsburgh Steelers, and one of the largest fan bases out of all of the teams, all of pro sports. So yeah, you take the teams that you're playing, you take their best shot every week, every Sunday. And the smack talk is usually really fun with opposing fans from other teams talking shit. It is just always fun, always. All right, guys, make sure we're hitting that like button as we're approaching the half-hour mark here on the live stream, here on Steel City Live, only on Mic Drop Sports. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do and join our community of thousands of fans and become a member of the Mic Drop Mafia for 99 cents a month. But make sure you're hitting that like button. That's the real most important thing out of all this here, is to hit that like button, because that really, really helps the channel grow. Andrew, if Dallas wants to trade a good draft pick for Najee, by all means, but I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening either, but like I said, yeah, if somebody offers you, something you can't refuse, you probably pull the trigger, I hate the Cowboys, and I'm from Texas. That's from John. You like the Texans? Yeah, a lot of Dallas fans, man, in Texas. A lot of friends of mine, when I worked in Texas for a bit, they were diehard Dallas Cowboys fans. I remember going to the mall. Their pro shops everywhere. They're always packed. People in there buying Dallas Cowboys gear, man. There's some diehard Cowboys fans, no doubt about it. Joe Sweeney, what do you think about the DK Metcalf rumors? Do I think it would work? Yes, I do. Do I think it will happen? No. But I do think it could work financially. I think it could work in terms of a real beast of a player coming, a player that could really, really make this offense better. So, yeah, I think it could work, but I'm just not sure if it does happen. And, guys, I don't know a name. I don't know whom they may go after here tomorrow and beyond. But I do know this. There will be a move of significance made from tomorrow. So keep your ears peeled. From tomorrow through the time we hit the training camp in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, at St. Vincent's College, from one of the best training camps in the entire NFL. One of the most awesome things you can do as a Steeler fan is make the pilgrimage to Latrobe, Pennsylvania, and watch your Pittsburgh Steelers at training camp. It's one of the most unique situations, one of the most unique environments, I think, in my opinion, across the league. And you will not regret being there. You will not regret going there. They have good food. There's like food trucks all set up. They have cool little pro shop type things set up. But the real fun thing is the hillsides all around the practice fields, just looking like a bowl going down. There's seats, there's, places to go stand, wait for players to give you autographs, just different fans to talk to. It is a real experience, guys, and I will be there. So make sure if you see me at training camp to stop and say hello, and we'll see about getting you on the channel. I'm going to do some content from up there this year, and I'll try to make it really cool for you guys. So if I see any of you, maybe we'll get you on for a question or something like that and get your opinion on something, and get you on the channel and just let others meet you, and we'll meet each other. We see each other on the internet here all the time, but in person would be pretty cool. John Ryan, Houston is the most beautiful city in the world. I think Houston is really cool. I liked Houston too, man. I've made a couple pit stops in there throughout my travels, and I gotta admit, Houston's a really cool place. Tyrone Johnson, what's good? What's up, bro? Not much, man. Over on this side, just grinding. Andrew, last question, then I got to run. Do you think we'll see a Tomlin extension this summer? Do you think they're going to wait and see how the season goes? I think the Steelers will extend Mike Tomlin this offseason, probably right before training camp or during training camp. I don't see them leaving Mike Tomlin as a lame duck head coach. Mike Tomlin's going to be able to write his ticket. They'll extend him this season for probably, another 2 years, and then kind of go off of how Mike feels and what he wants to do moving forward. All right, John. What's up? Roberta. Well, one thing is for sure is usually any trade the Steelers do with the Bears is definitely a good trade. Yes, 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 Roberta. The Steelers have come off on the positive end of those trades. Definitely so. All right, guys, let's make sure we're hitting that like button. Those likes, we got to get those up here as we move through the show. Hey man, remember you from school? You was always a cool guy and chilled. Remember when you got? No, I don't. I don't even know who you are, bro. We'll see. I shouldn't even have read your comment. It seemed like a weirdo. John Ryan, the Steelers need to trade TJ to Texans. I haven't been in school in so long. K2 wasn't even a thing when I was in school. I haven't been in school in a very long time, bro. That's crazy. You remember K2? No, bro. It wasn't a thing. We smoked real shit whenever I was in school, not K2. John Ryan, the Steelers need to trade TJ to the Texans. No thanks, no thanks, no thanks, bro. You already had a Watt. We got ours now. Joey Joe, okay, let's get rid of this idiot. All right. Got a lot of stupids in here. All right, we'll get rid of them. All right, guys, let's get those likes up. There's 3 little white dots in some of your screen. You can go ahead and hit that 3 little white dots. The drop-down box will come up. You could hit like. Also, you could back out of the live chat and just hit like that way. But I definitely appreciate it. Also, share the show to your friends. That's always cool also. Yeah, guys, we're going to continue to talk. Yeah, weirdos, Miss Pittsburgh. I don't even know what people... Honestly, guys, I sit and wonder this sometimes because I get some real questions. I'm going to actually bring up one that I got from somebody, comment that I got yesterday from a guy. And I want you guys that watch all the time, I want your opinions on it because I think it was a really stupid comment. It was from an older guy that, put a workout picture of himself as his profile picture, really, one of them like attention-seeking people. He put on there, I'll talk about that in 1 second again here, Tyrone, hold on. Yeah, there are rumors about him coming, but I don't know if it's true or not. But this guy, he put on there yesterday. So the thumbnail for yesterday's show read, Justin Fields, shined or wowed at OTA's day 6. Question mark. So, and then my title for my show, for the live show every day, for the live stream, is just Steel City Live, only on Mike Drop Sports. Join us at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and some hashtags like Steelers or NFL. This guy went in so hard on me talking about, like, never watched the video or anything, talking about, come on, like, you should be better than that. Like, this is clickbait. You know Russ is him. And this dude's like 70, talking like a teenager too. And it's like, bro, what are you talking about clickbait? I don't know. I don't feel like I put clickbait out there. It like bothered me, and it's been bothering me because I really pride myself on not being a clickbaity type channel. But man, that bothered the shit out of me. And this dude, if you're out there, dude, watching, your name was like White Casa or some dumb shit. I don't know what it was, but yeah, man, you were a super weirdo in the chat or in the comments. I had to remove your comment because you were getting on my nerves, man. Tyrone asked about those rumors. Yeah, I think those rumors are definitely, out there for DK, but DK Metcalf. Yeah, there's DK in the Pittsburgh sports media too. I wanted to be specific. DK Metcalf, yeah, from the Seattle Seahawks. He would be an awesome get, guys. It'd be fun to see. It'd be really cool. I think they can make it work financially. I think they can make any move work financially. They haven't spent the money from the Alex Highsmith extension. What they call restructures, but they're extensions. So they haven't spent that money yet. You're looking down the barrel of maybe possibly figuring out how to extend Najee Harris. You're looking at down the barrel, it's extending a Pat Freiermuth. You're looking down at maybe a Cam Hayward extension or restructure, as they would like to call it. So you have other players on this ball club that you're going to need to figure out a long-term deal with. I don't think a lot of people realize that the Pittsburgh Steelers have a ton of salary cap space in 2025. One of, I think, like the top 5 or something available. They are going to have a shit ton of money around there, so they can make some things work here, guys. Finances, I don't think, are going to be the issue. I don't think they're going to be up against the cap. They also still have contracts that are available that they can make a restructure extension out of and make some more cap space even. So here's the real telltale sign, and I don't really have to tell you this, guys, but you all know this. But when they start making some moves like that, if you start hearing those things going on, hey, they, restructured TJ. They restructured Aminka. Other players like that. You hear those start to pop up here in the next few days, you can almost guarantee that there is some big move going to happen, man. Either is it signing one of their players they currently have in a Najee Harris or something of that nature, or is it an outside wide receiver via trade? But one of those moves is going to come down the pipe, guys. And then you start really watching. Then you start really paying attention because it's going to happen at any moment, man. You turn on your alerts on your phone because shit is going to go down, and it's just going to be a matter of time. Your channel is fired. Thanks, Tyrone. I appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you watching, man. Danny George, I wouldn't put up with those people either, Jason. Yeah, I got to say, guys, I really, really try to always be good to everybody on here. I always know how it felt to be a viewer, never having your voice heard. So I really make a conscious effort to really interact with everybody. And I mean everybody. But some people, man, it's getting to the point now that I have to start ignoring some people because it gets rough, man. When you get like 1,200 comments for the week, and I try to answer them all, and then I got some jackwagon talking about clickbait, and it's like, buddy, you never even watched the damn video. And I can tell when people don't watch the video because they're saying comments that the video answers. So it's like, yeah, come on, man. Talking about Russell Wilson's going to be him. Dude, if you watch the video, you know my thoughts on Russell Wilson. Don't be that viewer. Those viewers are worse than clickbait people because you're just going through and looking at thumbnails and making stupid comments. Don't do that. Come on now. Creators work too hard, at least most of us do, to be really good to their community, and people don't need that bullshit. But hey, it is what it is. We'll let it go. Tyrone, do you think if Shazier doesn't get hurt, we would have had a Super Bowl 7+? It's a possibility. Definitely, Tyrone. Do I think I don't know if a linebacker, it's just that position, plays that significant of a role that it would propel a whole team into that mold, into that Super Bowl stratosphere. But I do know this about Ryan Shazier. He was a real playmaker and a real difference maker. And he definitely would have helped the cause. And I think definitely it took the wind out of the sails of that team, that group of guys that were assembled during Ryan's time. They were a really productive group, I thought. I thought they had a real chance to do special things. But when Ryan went down, I do think it took the wind out of their sails a little bit. So you may be onto something there. There may have been a missed opportunity due to an injury like that. Well wishes for Ryan and his continued growth and his healing, and his road to getting back to, fully function. But yeah, definitely. I think it was an issue. Definitely. Show is the bomb. Thank you, Danny. Appreciate you. Yeah, we were. No doubt, Tyrone. And that's what I said. I don't know if he meant that much, but I think he meant a whole hell of a lot. No doubt about it. Position groups that I really think can change a franchise's whole trajectory are the whole offensive line, guys. We got to really, really look at that, and I don't think it gets enough credit. Without the offensive line, nothing works. Nothing. The run game, the pass game, nothing works. So those offensive linemen are just so key. And when you look at some of these franchises, let's talk about that. When you look at some of these franchises and you wonder to yourself, why are they always bad? Why do they always suck? Why? Why do they never grow? And it's because they're out there in those top 10 picks, and all they can think about is gaining some playmaker, some big time wide receiver, some monster quarterback. Well, folks, if you don't have a solid offensive line and you don't have the proper foundational pieces built across your roster, it doesn't work. Nothing works. And you look at the franchises that are successful year after year, are always in the mix, i.e., the Pittsburgh Steelers. What do they value mostly? The offensive line. Yes, they go into periods to where, they get behind the eight ball in that offensive line group, in that defensive front group. They get behind the eight ball a little bit, but they always know where to go back to in order to build themselves back up into contenders, back up into being a Super Bowl contender. And that is getting those foundational pieces in place and securing your future in the most important parts. And that is the offensive line. That is one. And we all know it, and that is a franchise quarterback. That is a guy that can be a real game manager. You hear the words game manager as like a bad thing. That is farthest thing from the truth, guys. If you're a real football enthusiast and you look at what a game manager is, that's exactly what you want at the quarterback position. That's exactly what you're looking for. A guy that can facilitate the football and manage the moments. That's what you are looking for, hands down, all the time. That's all you want. Yes, a guy that can be athletic at doing that is a plus. You look at a guy, when we were just talking to Ryan, I think his name was Ryan. Let me see. Yeah, John Ryan. And he brought up C.J. Stroud. That is what you're looking for prototypically right now at the NFL level. You are looking for a guy that has super upside in his athletic nature and his build and the way he can move around in that pocket and the way he could take off if need be. But what else can C.J. Stroud do? He can throw from the pocket. He can stand tall. He can manage the game. He understands the defenses for being a young guy, and I think he's going to continue to grow to be really special. You look at a guy like Patrick Mahomes, a guy that can stand in the pocket, deliver the football, manage the game, manage the situations. That's what you're looking for right now. And I think some of these teams, grab for guys, just on their athleticism alone. And that is getting to be a problem right now. So we'll see how that goes. But those are the positions I think that really, truly matter that could really change the whole fortune of your franchise. Yes, you need a good defense. You need solid players there. But let's face it, this league is so wound up on offense and scoring right now. You can get away with a mediocre defense, believe it or not. Just a serviceable defense. A defense that, can get a stop here and there. That's really all you need because they want points. They want points constantly. So that's why I really hope the Steelers and the way they're trying to get back to that physical brand of football, I'm hoping that it works because it's an old school way of playing football. And I'm really excited to see it because that's how I like to see football be played. But, we'll see how it goes and how it grows. And when Bell got hurt, yeah, that one hurt too, man. When Lev Bell got hurt, Tyrone, that one did hurt. TD, Brady was probably the best ever at that. Yes, Tom Brady, the GOAT at being a game manager, guys. He did it in Tampa Bay. He went down there without Bill Belichick. Went down there into a new system. Went down there, yes, he had some playmakers, but he managed the game, man. He's just so smart. He understood how to get in and out and navigate the big moments, man. And that's all you're looking for. I don't care what you buy, silly goose. If you buy Taco Bell, I hope you have a free pass for the toilet. And I hope you have one readily available for you because you're going to be holding on to that bastard. Yeah, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt, dude. All right, guys, make sure we're hitting that like button. I needed to get a drink. Let's get those likes up. Let's get them cranking. 3 little white dots up there. You can hit them. Bring down a little box. You can hit like that way. You can close the live chat and just hit like and say, hey, yo, hit that like button for your favorite creators, man. It doesn't have to be me, but make sure you're hitting those like buttons for your creators because that's what matters most. It's free. It's easy. And it's much, much, much appreciated. And again, make sure you're subscribing and sharing the videos to all your friends, man. That's all right. That's all right. Why would you Using a cork's kind of weird, bro. You should probably keep hard, inanimate objects away from that area. There, silly goose. It's a little weird to admit that yeah, it's a little odd, bro. But anyway, guys, let's continue through the show. I did put in the thumbnail today before somebody says it was clickbait or something. But anyway, what's the difference here between an Arthur Smith offense and a Matt Canada offense? This physicality, this accountability, man. And I don't know how everybody's not more excited for that. I think that's the biggest thing of this offseason so far is the acquiring a guy like Arthur Smith and really doing a 180 on this offense because, wow, that offense Matt Canada was running was such a bad, just horribly planned offense, man, and scheme-wise. And we all need to, I'll answer that in a second, Connor. We all need to realize this in terms of NFL offenses. The plays and the formations and things are all pretty damn near similar. They're pretty, it is what it is. What is the difference, though, is how you call the plays, how you scheme up the plays in terms of flow of the game and things of that nature. And I think there also, in terms of your physicality and how you want to group those plays together in terms of running the football, what personnel you're bringing out there, those are the difference makers. The plays and shit like that, they're all pretty similar, man. The offenses are all pretty similar in just the basic way an offense is set up. But the difference is, hey, are we going to load up with 3 tight ends this go around with a big running back and still have athletic enough players out on the field to use the play action, use the run action and get some guys out there open and create some mismatches that way. We can also run the football. We can go up tempo still in that big package and really wear down defensive fronts and really put a strain on them that way. So there's several things that you can do. And I think Arthur Smith and the difference between him and Matt Canada is absolutely night and day. And I think the biggest one out of them all is just accountability and being involved with the players, man. You keep hearing that out of this building on the South Side is how involved Arthur Smith is. Matt Canada wasn't that dude. He just wasn't. He wasn't involved. And the expectations there from a Matt Canada were more of like, hey, go do your thing, make sure you're prepared. I think Arthur Smith is holding people a little bit more accountable. And I think we're going to see that pay big, big dividends in 2024 because I think that truly, truly matters on a football team. Definitely so. Number of wins for Connor. I predicted 10 again, and I think that Arthur Smith could make a difference of a win or two. So we'll say 10 or 11 is what I'm predicting. But I think the Pittsburgh Steelers got to get out of this bullshit of needing help and backing into the playoffs. So I hope things are a little bit better this season. I'd like to see them have 11 or 12, but I'm predicting 10. Connor Kiffer, I'm saying that's the difference between the two offenses. Oh, number of wins. Oh, okay, yeah. That is the difference. You will probably see a win or two more, but we'll see. I think he is a difference. I think Arthur Smith is a difference. Connor, less 3 and outs, so the defense is going to be so much better because of it. That's a big role. That plays a big role, guys. Time of possession is one of the most important statistics to ever look at if you're looking at offenses. It is one of the biggest statistics that you need to look at because it does help out, as we've talked about before. It keeps the defense fresh. It keeps them off the field. Yes, and time of possession is something of the utmost importance, and it really has to be highly valued. And I think the Steelers do value that. I think Arthur Smith will value that. I think a guy like a Russell Wilson fits well into that kind of a scheme too. A ball control type scheme, a grinded out type scheme, hit you in big ways here with splash plays every now and again. I think that's exactly what they're looking and aiming to do. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are leaving no secrets out there for the rest of the league. Nobody's guessing at what the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be doing in 2024. They want to come out and be physical. They want to smash you in the mouth, and they want to hold on to the football, and they want to hit you with big splash plays. That's all they want to do. That's their identity. They're screaming it out there to everybody. They want to be that old school physical football team that's going to knock the shit out of you offensively and defensively. And it's very apparent that that is their plan. Jesse Zerk strive to be top 10 in offense. I think they can be. I think they can be. What's up, Walter? Damn, made it. Hey, man. Yeah, we got another 8 or 9 minutes going here. So make sure you guys smash that like button for us, though, for sure. That's the biggest help here, guys. Yes, I love the views, but hit that like button because that just gets us out there to more and more people as we continue to grow this community here on Mike Drop Sports and the show and our live stream here, Steel City Live. Don't forget to watch our daily uploads. Check out our shorts. Also get involved in our membership program, 99 cents a month. So many exciting things going on here on the channel. I'm still trying to line up some guests, so hopefully that'll come down the pipe a little bit. Also, some other podcasters, I'll make sure that we get some people on to talk Steelers here. I bring Sean on also. So, we'll have a mix up here as we work through the off season for sure. So, definitely continue to watch us because big things are happening. Our subscriber count goes up every day. So, the community is definitely growing. So, be a part of that and make sure you subscribe and join the Mafia. Jesse Zerk, we should be the best rushing team, period. I think there's potential to be, no doubt about it. And I think you're right. That should be the expectation, Jesse. Definitely so. But a lot's going to come down to what I was just talking about there a few minutes ago, about 5-10 minutes ago, was the offensive line and how important that is. And if this offensive line doesn't take shape, doesn't have the ability and the amount of reps needed to be able to become that cohesive unit, things could go bad and things could really go downhill this season. But the Pittsburgh Steelers can't afford to be tiptoeing into the season this year. So they need to get these guys in definitive roles. And I think that that is a major self-inflicted wound on the part of the Pittsburgh Steelers right now by not definitively placing these guys into their positions and riding with the guys that you are comfortable with. I think that that is a major problem. I think they need to correct that as soon as possible because I think those guys have to have as many reps together as humanly possible. Offensive line is a unit that has to be working as one, and you have to know what your brother beside you is going to be doing before it ever happens. You have to have that center position where is there a real battle there? You want battles. Maybe Nick Herbig pushes Zach Frazier. You want that competition, guys. You definitely do. So we got to see how this all unfolds, but I think they need to really be put in place here early and allow them to really grow together here. Sorry, guys. My voice is killing me today. I can tell it's Friday and that we've been talking all week. I literally get a raw throat by the end of the week. We did an extra podcast this week. We went on Steelers Nation Australia with Mark. We talked football for over an hour, like an hour and 20 minutes. Mark and I also talked for like 10, 15 minutes in the green room there. So we were, I talked for like 4 hours that day, Pittsburgh Steelers sports. So, it's been a long week, guys, a long week of podcasting. So forgive me if my voice is getting crazy here. What's up, Ryan? Did we ever fill the void at the number 2 center, or are we going to bring back Mason Cole cheap? No, it'll be Nate Herbig, 1,000%. Also, Mason McCormick has some center experience, the guard they drafted this year out of San Diego State. A real dog, a guy that you will love as Steeler Nation. As Steeler fans, you will grow to love him. Once I believe he gets into this lineup, I don't think he ever comes out. I really, truly believe that. I think he's that type of player. But Zach Frazier is the anointed king right now. He is that next thing, that next hopeful, next, that next in line of a great lineage of centers. So we'll see how this all goes. But Nate Herbig's definitely it. Mason Cole will never wear a Pittsburgh Steelers uniform again unless it is an absolute desperate move when they have no other options, no other place to turn. He played so badly last year, guys. If you turn on the tape and if anyone says that he was okay or good. I don't know if you really know what the center position's supposed to do. He was bad, super bad. You can't roll the ball back to the quarterback on a consistent basis. I could count a handful of times he does that every game, and that's at the NFL level, guys. And you can't have that. You can't afford it. Connor says, we talked before about this running backs being undervalued. So how about Najee? 4,000 all-purpose yards, 28 TDs over the last 3 years. Yet wide receiver just got paid $25 million average for 3,300 yards and 18 TDs over the same 3-year period. Yeah, Connor, I don't know why the position is undervalued. I do not know. But I have to live in that world. That's where I have to live with whenever I make my comments, because it is the reality. And I don't know why. I really, truly don't, because I feel like the running backs, are beaten, battered, and bruised, man. They're involved in so many different aspects of the offense: blocking, running, catching, calling out protections in certain situations when they're the sidecar sometimes, with the quarterback, letting the quarterback know of certain things, really having to recognize defenses in a complex way. They do a lot. They really, really do, and they handle the ball so many times per game. I can't give you the answer of why it's devalued, though. Yes, some will say it's because you can go into the draft and pick up a guy to do it. Yeah, maybe you can. But can you get them to do it at a high level? Or is it devalued because they take so much abuse during the course of a season that it's like, why keep paying those guys when they get injured really quickly? Maybe that's the reason, but I'm not sure why. I'm not 1,000% positive on it. Walter, try a cold beer on your throat. I'm going to. Here in about, a couple minutes. Monkey boy. Oh, come on, bro. No, I can't. Put user in timeout. No, I won't put you in timeout. But no, Monkey, I can't. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. I don't give relationship advice here. This isn't Dear Sally. Danny George, great show. Once again, love this channel. Thank you, Danny. I love you watching, man. Thank you. Thank you for retracting that, Monkey. I appreciate it. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I can't do that, brother. I don't know, Monkey Boy. I don't know about the NBA, man. I think Boston's probably better. TD, it's a must. We get a hot start. Yeah, you got to get a hot start, guys. You got to if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers. A hot start is imperative. The back half of the season's rough. And I'm not saying that it can't be done and that they're not going to be successful, because I think they are, because I think they play the division well. 16-8 record over the last 4 years. It proves that they can play the division pretty well. So I'm not entirely intimidated by that stretch. It just seems bad, yes. And I think it's one of the harder ones in NFL history, because you're adding the Chiefs and the Eagles into it. And there's short weeks. There's a lot of variables of why I think it's a difficult schedule. But I think the Steelers will end up playing the division well. But you have to come out in that first 9 weeks, guys, and you have to hit the ground running. And that's why I say about this offensive line, you got to get them in place early here. They can't afford to piss around and be guessing, man, and playing guessing games of where people are going to be when you're trying to win ball games early and trying to establish your record early. So you're not playing this bullshit catch-up all the time at the end of the season, trying to get in, needing to win out like your last 4. You can't be in those situations all the time. And if you're Mike Tomlin, you're not bringing a fresh football team into the playoffs, because you're needing to be so high, so crazy for 4 weeks to win 4 straight games and really flying high and pouring everything you have into it those last 4 weeks. And you come into the playoffs and you're just dog tired. You're beat up. Players are injured. It's just too difficult to keep doing that. You got to get a good start. You got to maintain. And last year, they stumbled in the middle of the season. They had a good record going into that Cleveland game, and then it was just like, boom. And it fell apart. Mike Tomlin waiting too long to pull a Mitchell Trubisky up out of there, knowing what you've had in a guy that's been in the building for 6 years. Absolutely atrocious last year with that. So we'll see. Lots of weirdos tonight. Yeah, Miss Pittsburgh. That's all right, D. It's cool, bro. Oh, I will definitely say a prayer for you, my friend. I hope everything is okay, and I definitely will say a prayer for you and well wishes to you, D. Whatever the situation may be, and know that God is good, man. God is good, and He will always pull through, and everything will always work out in the end. So definitely stay strong, my friend. Oh, Steelers Nation. The Steelers schedule at the end of the season is terrible thoughts. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. It is tough, man. Definitely. Definitely. No problem, Walter. No problem, Monkey. What's up, Tyler? Nothing, man. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for always watching, man. I appreciate it. We're gonna be wrapping up here. My voice is literally raw, guys. But I tried to bring it all week for you guys. I've been trying to really just pump out as much content as humanly possible, and this is like the driest news period of the whole year. But I've been really trying to ensure that you guys have stuff to watch, stuff to interact with, and continually try to entertain you as best as I can. So. Definitely continue to watch us and continue to hit that like button for your support. I definitely appreciate that. Ryan Dorn, what kind of beer you drink? I bet Kenny Kit Mittens drinks fucking Zima. That's what he does drink, Zimas. He probably does. That or like Mike's Hard Iced Tea or some dumb shit like that. No, actually, in my older days, beer isn't my first choice. I'd like more of like a tequila, like going up and catching a margarita, a long pour up at Longhorn or something, something that gets you tore up from the floor up. I don't want to piss around with beer and get all bloated. It's like drinking bread in a can. I'll drink beer. I like beer, but yeah, it's like drinking bread in a can. I'd rather, if I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna get tore up, man. I'm gonna go up there and smack some hard liquor. Jason Marshall, Shaler, PA in the house. What's up from Shaler, PA? Jason, thank you for joining us, man. That's my name too. I just spelled it a little different. Jason, I spell it. That's cool, man. But thank you for joining us from Shaler, Pennsylvania, up near the Pittsburgh area, man. That's awesome. Thank you. Definitely. I'm from PA too, so I'm from a place called Connellsville, Pennsylvania, South Connellsville. But again, guys, let's wrap this up. Sorry, I got to get out of here. It is a Friday. Again, thank you for spending your Friday evenings with us here at Steel City Live, the live stream, and also here with us on the channel, Mike Drop Sports. It's so much. I'm so grateful, so humbled by all of your support, and I thank you all so much. So until Monday. Yeah, I'm taking the whole weekend, letting this voice rest. Unless a trade happens or something like that, we will definitely go live, guys. So make sure you turn your notification bell on, and make sure you're looking in the community section here on Mike Drop Sports, because if anything happens here, once June 1st hits, things could get kind of crazy. So make sure your notification bell's turned on, because we will be live, getting instant reaction to any major move that the Pittsburgh Steelers make from now until training camp. So make sure you're paying attention, because we will be right on it as soon as it happens. So until then, until Monday, until something happens, this is Mike Drop Sports, the live stream, Steel City Live, and peace. See y'all. Thank you.